You know how your average boss will seldom, if ever, appreciate your efforts, but will crucify you for any misstep you make? Well, women in romantic relationships are that kind of boss. I always loathed performance reviews when I worked in the corporate world, being told how I continually need to improve, with little regard to if I even wanted to. I get that they always want to increase productivity, but it always seemed a blind push for more, better, not enough. Regardless of how well I was doing in my job, I was continually told, for them, to give 110%, go above and beyond, how I need to do more, better, always more. And I tend to see the same dynamic occurring when girlfriends are complaining in relationships. More, always fucking more. Back in the day, I remember the rude guy putting it in such a simple yet clear way. He said something like, and I'm paraphrasing, what a woman wants can be summed up in one word. More. Whatever the fuck more is. Whatever she wants. More shoes, more money, bigger house, car, better something. Holidays, kids, pets, variety, drama, gifts, surprises, just fucking more. Despite having brought their favourite pair of shoes yesterday, they need to get another pair tomorrow. They're sharks. The curious thing is that other sharks in the office, i.e. your boss, when they complain to you about your lack of performance, that you need to do more, you're just trained to accept it as perfectly normal. Also, most accept that notion. You know, the boss is complaining, what do? I guess I have to go and work overtime. Or, she's busting my balls at home, what do? Guess I'll just do what she wants so she stops complaining. See, your knee-jerk immediate reaction is to quickly and nervously shape up and just do it. And the function of complaining women and bosses and performance reviews, despite what they say, is really just to amp up your performance, to get more out of you for them. But it's sold to you as a benefit. You know, at work it's personal growth, career advancement, or with wives and girlfriends it's,
honey, this is for us. Don't you love it?
Or,
this is for our future. This is for the kids. Don't you want me to look good for you?
the wives and bosses' needs of you are always twisted to seem like they're really just looking out for you. I mean, what's wrong with you? And that you should feel ashamed that they've noticed the issue enough to bring it to your attention, and that you've obviously let yourself and those around you down. Shame on you. And look, they'll be magnanimous and let you make up for it. Aren't they nice? But really, these performance reviews, or
we need to talk
moments from your girlfriend, just translates to, I'm going to shame you into action. That's really all it is. It's letting you know that your boss or your woman have their eye of assessment on you. They may be tired of you at the very least, or disappointed at worst, and that you need to work harder to curry their favour again. Complaining, hypergamous women and companies are synonymous. They're essentially the same. On a health level, the performance review triggers a cortisol increase in your body, the fear-based neurochemical, commonly called the fight or flight response, and they like you in this state continually, even though it's awful for your health. See, you can't be controlled in a relaxed, confident state, so the anxiety state is needed. But like I just mentioned, cortisol is really, really bad for your health, guys. It stops non-essential parts of your body functioning. For example, your fingernails and your hair stop growing. Your testosterone drops the more cortisol you have in your system. So if you're serious about physical fitness and gym, but have a stressful life, not enough sleep, all the protein shakes, cauliflower and egg whites in the world aren't going to help you. A whole range of negative male side effects develop from cortisol increase. Even long-distance running increases cortisol. So you gym junkies, keep your cardio short. But look, I digress. So yeah, if you're relaxed, unstressed, at peace, confident, and mentally healthy, you're less likely to put up with demands and bullshit. The confident, healthy male isn't the obedient one to them. So this fear-directed performance review is used to make you feel you may lose your job or your girlfriend, or both really, since they're linked. You know, one goes and the other follows, unless you get a replacement job real quick. So you'd better perform better from now on, or else, buddy. You may even cite legitimate things you've done well in your job throughout the year, but shrewd bosses and girlfriends will neutralise that with, that's just part of your job. By the way of personal example, I had this girlfriend a while ago, and a few months in, she wanted me to officially meet her family. To, in her words,
show them that you're serious about me.
That is, ramp my performance up and her expectations of me. So my first reaction was to say, what, you don't know how you feel about me? Why do I have to show anyone? She was oblivious to my point, of course, and stayed firm on,
well, you obviously aren't serious about me then.
So in her eyes, it was basically,
I want more and I don't care what you want.
And just like entitled bosses, these women are always quick to tell you about how you're not performing to their rightful romantic expectations. And so, as she was shaming me about my perceived deficiencies, I let her know, by the by, that she also wasn't performing that great herself, by way of telling her that, look, I often praised her about her good looks at cooking, a whole range of other qualities I liked. That is, generally I showed her that I appreciated and cared about her, and that, conversely, she never really reciprocated anything similar back toward me, and thus I told her I wasn't even sure if she liked me. True story, I actually just came out and asked her, what do you actually like about me, since I'm that great that you want me to meet your family? There was silence. In truth, I didn't really give a shit that she didn't praise me. I tend to go on how I feel without needing her approval for my feelings. But I just wanted to show her how unfair she was being by comparison. Anyway, in response, she said, get this.
That a guy saying nice things to his girlfriend is just normal.
And that I couldn't use that against her. Look, I broke it off after that, and it was plain as day that this, I'll admit, good-looking girl only saw herself and her needs in the mirror. And in our relationship, I didn't really exist. Not that many of us do. You see, she was being just like the boss at work, saying that when I put in extra effort, when I do overtime, that it's just part of my job, and it's nothing to praise myself about. And so when the girlfriend says,
a guy saying nice things to his girlfriend is just normal,
and that she doesn't really need to reciprocate niceness back, well, see you later. Enjoy your cats and vibrators. In short, she's saying that the common rules of relationships are that I do all the work, I can't expect anything from her, but that she can expect and demand the world from me. To her, I am thanklessly expected to be more than satisfied with just being near her royal self. And my reward? Well, just be grateful I'm simply associated with her femaleness. They literally try and sell you a brand of woman. A brand guys are getting tired of these days, by the way. Aside from the youthful hormonal addiction that guys naturally go through, figuratively, she's saying,
look, you're dating a Gucci girl. You know how lucky you are?
Why? I don't give a shit about the brand of Gucci.
But I'm a Gucci. Haven't you been watching TV and news?
No, I don't care. You're loud, obnoxious, petulant, and narcissistic.
But I'm Gucci. What's wrong with you?
Oh, God. Their favourite female-empowered internet memes quite unapologetically tell you how they expect you to put up with all their shit, how their belief in their elevated stature quite rightly necessitates you grovelling. I mean, what's wrong with you? Here's one of those internet picture memes I got the other day from a female's feed.
Every man has two options. Either stand up and be the man she needs you to be, or sit the fuck down so she can see the man standing behind you.
Or how about this one?
Love her like someone's working 24 hours a day to take her from you.
That is, if someone performs harder than you guys, watch her walk. Or how about this wildly popular wretched quote from the late Marilyn Monroe that you've probably heard a million times?
I'm selfish, impatient, and a little insecure. I make mistakes, I'm out of control, and at times hard to handle. But if you can't handle me at my worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best.
By Marilyn Monroe. Basically put up with my shit because I'm somehow worth it in the end. Yes, that mythical place in the future where having faith in a continually toxic situation will somehow miraculously change into nirvana because fucking romantic logic, I don't know. Chick sense, who the fuck knows? You know, women wouldn't put up with this psycho shit from a guy for 1 second, and we know it. But it's somehow reversed and innocent and
oh so true
and benign when it relates to women. Women will try and sell you their overpriced selves like they're talking about gold. They even, with a straight face, call themselves goddesses proudly, the whole Beyonce culture, even have it personalised on their car number plates. and internet profiles. And they're not making a joke. They'll have princess and goddess on their profiles and number plates. They think that highly of themselves. They make fun of men's disgusting looking shriveled balls and dicks, but somehow their monthly bleeding yeast infected gashes are beautiful flowers. You know, the disgusting men is bad enough, but their deification of themselves is, it's cringeworthy. It's embarrassing. But we're supposed to treat them like children and little girls, and they get away with it, so that's why we put up with it. And when your boss, that is, the one at the office or the one at home, demand you perform, they'll often wrap it up in a word salad of blackmail, just so you don't have the time to think or disagree in that moment, like convincing you that,
we're having a baby.
Yeah, sure we are, just like we're having our period. Or,
don't you want this for us too?
As her eyelashes bat upward at you. No, you want it, not me. Stop putting words in my mouth. Stop blackmailing me. You see, your servitude to them is always sold as a benefit to you. It's clever marketing, as I've alluded to in my previous video, Misdirection. She'll blackmail you with shrewd female marketing in a way that you'd better love it or she'll be upset. So a guy's instinct will want to be the knight who charges in and vanquishes anything that upsets his little princess. I guess most guys are probably hardwired in some rational kind of way to feel the same way they do about their tireless efforts towards women as they do about their efforts at the gym. That is, guys think, all this hard work will pay off one day, I'm sure of it. No, it won't, buddy. You get back from the gym every time you see progress in the mirror. You continually get donuts back from a one-sided parasitic relationship of leeching bosses and women. I always get perplexed looks from dates with women when I come right out and tell them, look, I don't chase women. You're not special and neither am I. You can literally see the romantic colour drain from their eyes after that. Some exceptions get tickled by my bluntness or see it as a challenge, but that's a whole other kettle of toxic fish. And really, I think it's better to be upfront with yourself, first and foremost. So getting back to the topic at hand, stop being a performance machine. Stop being a pat me on the head machine. Stop being a mummy, please love me, I'll try harder machine. To unappreciative bosses or unappreciative women or society in general, when they want 10 times more from you than they're prepared to give. You are not a performance machine, gentlemen. Understand this. If you love your performance to them, then like any machine that stops performing, they'll get a new one when it's no longer of use and feel nothing about throwing you away. I mean, do you take a tissue with you when you take your garbage out? No, you don't. So stop thinking they care when you're discarded. Stop being proud of your performance to others. For yourself, sure, it's the only way you should be. But for anything or anyone outside of you, no. Stop being a proud yes machine, especially around women. Go your own way. Later.